Hey mom and dad, friends, haters, and anybody else watching this video. I forgot my rings! Ah! Well, first of all, Happy New Year. We made it, another year. Yay! So this is going to be 22 changes to make in the new year. I got this idea from someone named Maya. I forgot her last name, but I'll link her video down below so you can go check it out. I was thinking, I want this year to be the year of positive change and growth and just focusing on myself and what I want to accomplish in my own personal life. And so I figured this would be a perfect video to start the new year off with. If you see me looking down at my phone a lot, it's because all of my notes are written on my phone. Okay, so number one is buy a planner. When I say buy a planner, I mean buy a planner and use your planner. I feel like when I have a list of things that I need to do and I just keep it in my head, I either forget about some of the things that I wanted to get done or it overwhelms me because it sounds like a lot all at once. So what I like to do is I write in my planner, I just spit so hard, oh my gosh. I'll write in my planner a list of things that I want to get done for that day specifically, and then I write out the exact order of when I'm gonna do everything. I feel like it helps me with my anxiety and it helps me with time management, it helps me stay organized, all the things. So number one, to start off the new year, you should buy a planner. Number two is create a vision board / mood board. I spent the first day of January making a vision board for the whole year. No matter when you're watching this video, even if it's 6 months from now, a vision board is still beneficial and can help you. I made a vision board for 2021 in like September of 2021 and I actually reached a lot of the goals that I put in there. So number three is unsubscribe and unfollow whoever you feel you need to. I have lots of thoughts on this topic. I do not follow that many people on Instagram and it's nothing super personal. Who you choose to follow and who you choose to subscribe to plays a huge role in your mental health, and it's not just people that you may know personally, it's literally like influencers. I feel like you should unfollow if they're not contributing positivity to your life. I can look at somebody who has like beautiful hair or like a better body than me, and instead of feeling jealous or envious of them, I kind of get motivated. That's my inspo. So for me, I like to follow more influencers than I do people that I know personally because I like to be inspired by fashion, beauty, hair. I mean, I guess hair is beauty, but if you're the type of person who will see somebody who has prettier hair than you and that makes you feel more insecure, then there's no reason in following that person, whether they're an influencer or somebody that you know personally. Number four is a social media detox. So I just started this like literally yesterday and I was kind of struggling to do it. I didn't realize how much I go on my phone until I actively try to not go on my phone. I have a social media schedule now. On Sundays, I don't touch my phone until 5 p.m. On Monday through Friday, I don't touch my phone until lunchtime, and I can't be on my phone past 9 o'clock. So I feel like creating these schedules gives you way more time than you thought you had, doing things that are actually productive or actually good for your mental health. So for example, I like to go to bed at 11 o'clock. So if I turn off social media at 9 o'clock, that gives me 2 hours to like prepare myself for sleep. It doesn't even have to be that in detail. It could literally be like after 9, I don't go on social media. But I feel like this will help you with your sleep schedule, maintaining a positive outlook, and it also just gives you more time in the day to do other things. Number five is a sleep schedule. Like, I have a really hard time falling asleep these days. I don't know what it is. So I feel like the social media detox will help with my sleep schedule. Just create a sleep schedule. Health and fitness. Working on your health and fitness will give you energy, and I feel like when you eat better, you feel better and you do better. I notice whenever I eat Wendy's or like just junk food in general, it makes me really tired and exhausted and I don't want to do anything but lay on the couch for the rest of the day or night. Versus when I eat something healthy, I feel lighter and I feel like I have more energy. Setting unrealistic expectations for yourself, it sets you up for failure. So don't feel badly for not eating amazing for a day. Like, you'll be okay. And if you mess up, you can always start again. When I say health and fitness, I mean I want to get stronger. I feel like I have no strength in my body. My endurance, horrendous. Like, going upstairs is killer for me. Number 7 7, to change your mindset. Not only to change your mindset, but to think of ways to actively do so. I feel like every year I hear so many people, including myself, being like, I want to be more positive this year. That's all you say, then you're not gonna be able to maintain that. Like, you have to actively work towards that and figure out how you are going to do said goal. I want to focus more on myself. So the way that I'm going to achieve that mindset of like just worrying about what I'm doing and what I want to get done, instead of being on social media all the time and looking at what other people are doing, I'm going to use social media as inspiration and then focus on what I want to get done and what I want to achieve. Number 8 is make no comparisons. I am guilty of doing this, and it's so unhealthy for you to do. I feel like we get so caught up in what other people are accomplishing that we kind of shit on ourselves for not accomplishing the same thing, or we tend to feel like we're further behind, but everyone is on their own timeline. That doesn't mean that you're behind in life, and that applies for literally everything in life, not just career goals. I actually saw a quote on Pinterest, and it says, your direction is more important than your speed. And that is 100% true. Sometimes people go nowhere fast, and that's not something I want in my life. Number 9, dedicate 1 day a week to your own self-care routine. So everybody's self-care routine obviously would be different to the person. For me, self-care is face mask, hair mask, relaxing, maybe coloring, because you know I like to color. And of course, not everybody has a full day to dedicate. If you have an hour, dedicate the hour. If you have 15 minutes, dedicate the 15 minutes. No. I thought that I just deleted the whole list. You guys, the sweat that I am sitting in right now. Number 10 is drink more water. Sounds stupid, but do it. A good way to start is to have one of these bottles where you're like tracking how much you drink, and it's literally like you drink this much every hour. Like it's nothing. I say that, meanwhile it's 11 and I'm still at 8 a.m. so yeah. Drinking water obviously helps with your hydration, but it also helps you stay full, and you're full on something healthy. I mean, it's water. So once I started drinking water regularly, I noticed that I wasn't getting headaches anymore. Number 11, less waste. Oh, just less waste. A lot of times when I'm bored, I'll go on to like clothing websites and I'm like, I'm just gonna look. Like I don't plan on buying anything. And then I'd be buying everything, and like that's not good. Cause then I end up with all of these clothes. There's not even enough days in the year for me to wear these outfits. They go to waste. It's not good for the earth. It's not good for my bank account. And it's really not good for my anxiety, because then I end up with all of these clothes that I have no space for. It makes me feel like claustrophobic kind of. Also, less waste isn't just clothing, but it could be food as well. This will help with number 12, which is to save money for bigger goals. Of course, again, this is subjective to each person. My bigger goals is to buy property and to travel more. To accomplish this is by creating like a savings schedule. So every month I'm going to make sure that I put a certain amount of money into my savings. Even if it's a small amount, like a small goes a long way when you're doing it consistently. I also have autosave, so money goes in there that I don't even see or notice, and that helps out a lot. Number 13 is listen to your body. Your body knows more than you do. Your body will tell you when to stop eating. Your body will tell you when to go to sleep. Your body will tell you when to freaking shower. Your body will tell you when to wake up. Your body has its own clock, and we ourselves try to fight our body's clock and what our body actually wants. I have this huge thing with sleep. For some reason, I fight my sleep even when I'm tired, even when I know that I should go to sleep. I just don't, because I have FOMO. It's a whole like conversation that needs to be had, but not today. Number 14 is leaving work at work / leaving school at school. Of course, these things are like easier said than done, but we are going to work as a group to make these changes. Not only are you spending most of your life at work, most of your day physically at work, but then you're coming home and you're spending the rest of your life mentally at work, and that's not good. Don't let somebody else's bad day contribute to your bad day. Number 15 is give more attention to positive things than negative things. Focusing on negative thoughts will literally literally consume your whole day, which goes hand in hand with what I was just saying. I feel like it's very easy in life to focus on negative things that are said or done to you than it is to focus on positive things. Like, somebody can give you 100 compliments and all you have is that one asshole that says something mean to you, and that is what sticks with you. Not all of the good things that somebody said. And that applies to like most things. I feel like in one day, I would say more good things happen than bad, but we tend to focus on that one bad thing that happened and let it consume the entire day, and it changes your entire mood and energy. If something bad happens or something sad happens, you should be allowed to feel those things, and you should do so. But after you've given yourself the time to like think about it and feel whatever you need to feel, at some point you need to be like, okay, now I need to move on. There's always something to be grateful for. Focus on those things instead of the one negative thing that happened in your day. Number 16 is reorganize once a month. So when I like reorganize like my closet or drawers, it's normally like for season change. So I do it like twice a year. I'll do it for summer and I'll do it for winter. I also think it's good to constantly get rid of things that you don't need. So I will be reorganizing once a month. Number 17 is delete apps you don't use. Kind of goes with reorganizing, except on your phone. If you have apps that are not in use or in positive use, then there's just no use in having them. Number 18 is self-reflection. Now, this does not mean beating yourself up and harping on poor choices that you might have made or things that you should have done differently. Just knowing where you could have handled something differently and taking that with you for the next time you're in a similar situation. Like, a lot of times we like focus on reflection of others and like what somebody else should have done differently, what somebody else should have said. You can't control what somebody else says or does, but you can definitely reflect on yourself and your own choices. If you feel that you did nothing wrong, then you have to move on. If you feel like you did do something wrong, then acknowledge where you feel you were at fault. Number 19 is practice self-love. Being nice to yourself, pretty much, and focusing on qualities that you love about yourself and accepting flaws that you have. When it comes to accepting flaws, I really mean like in a physical aspect. As far as flaws that you have as a person, I don't think that you should just accept them and be like, that's a flaw that I have and like that's it. I think if you realize a flaw that you have, then you should work towards changing that flaw. You shouldn't just accept it unless it's something physical that you can't change. So self-love is actually something that I can talk about. Again, I can make a whole video on self-love, and one of these days I probably will. I just have a lot of thoughts on this topic. There's this quote from the Maine, and he says, always remember how lucky you are to have yourself. And I want to get a tattoo of that quote because like it's just so accurate. You're so lucky to have yourself. And I think a lot of people feel like that person is lucky because they have a significant other, or that person is lucky because they have a best friend. You are lucky because you have you. Like, that's the most special, most important person that you could ever have is yourself. You go to bed with your own thoughts. Even if you're laying next to somebody, you're going to bed with your own thoughts about yourself. So the way you feel about yourself is way more important than the way your friend or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever feels about you. I just have so much that I want to say about this, but practice self-love every year, and this is something that you should be doing every single day. We'll talk about this in another video. Number 20, try new things / pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. There is two forms of discomfort. I feel like discomfort sometimes is telling you you shouldn't be doing this, and then there's discomfort that's like it's new and so you feel uncomfortable, but it's something that you know you should be doing, and that sort of discomfort creates limits in your life. But if you're uncomfortable in a situation as far as like the people that you're surrounded by, then of course remove yourself from that situation. I keep talking about color like I'm freaking 12, but like it's helpful. And instead of looking at it as like that's stupid, like you're coloring, maybe you should freaking try it. Amazon's got all the coloring books, a coloring book that actually works for you. Like if you just get like a coloring book of like lions and like lions are not your thing, then like it might not help. But if you're coloring something that like you're actually have an interest in, like I feel like it creates a good distraction. Your mind is focused on whatever it is that you're coloring, you know? Number 21 is being open / accepting of change you weren't expecting or didn't want. I feel like every time in life that I wanted something and didn't get it, I was upset until I realized why I didn't get it. Like at some point you're gonna realize why things didn't work out, whether it's a relationship or a job or school or whatever. It could be years down the line, but at some point something will happen in your life and it'll click like That's why I didn't get the job. I mean, sometimes you won't know the reason. And that's when you have to be the most accepting, is like, I don't know why this happened and there's nothing that I can do to change that. So I need to find a way to cope with whatever the change may be and move on and not harp on something that you have no control over. Okay, and number 22, we have finally reached the last change that we should all make in our lives, and that is to be present. Wherever you are, be all there. I saw that on Pinterest. Take the picture to look back on and be like, that was a great moment, or a video, whatever. And then work on whatever you want to do with the photo later when you have the time. You'll never get that moment again. I feel like these changes are things that everybody can actively agree that we all as a community need to make. Constantly work towards bettering yourself as a person. I hope this video helped. I hope it made you happy. I hope it inspired you. I hope it did great things. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to all your friends, your closest homies, your mom, your dad, your pets, your siblings, and anyone that you may love. Share this to people that you may not love. Share this to your enemies that need some uplifting, you know? Okay, bye!
Have you been drinking tonight?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
So tell me, have you seen her? Let me wrap my weave up. I'm the trap Selena. Dame más gasolina.